Good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you. Today is my weekly trade predictions for the upcoming trading week of July 6th through July 10th, 2020. Okay, and what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to look at all the major Forex currency pairs on a 30-minute time frame, just so we can see what happened this past week, and then we're going to try to compare that to higher time frames such as the 4-hour, daily, and weekly. And I'm going to try to give you my analysis of what I think is going to happen. Okay, based on the smaller time frame and the longer time frame. So we're going to see the smaller trend versus the larger trend. Okay, and we're going to compare that. All right. So to begin with, last week on my trade predictions, I predicted that everything being pretty much a flat range of market, and that you could trade easily using a 30-minute chart, trade from arrow to arrow. Okay, buy and sell. All right, and I was pretty much dead on with that. Okay, we look right here on EURUSD to start with. Okay, we see that we're in a pretty much a flat range of market. The price ended almost exactly where it began. Okay, we had a lot of highs and lows, and so this type of scenario is actually very good to trade with. Okay, because you're not going to make a lot of pips, you're not going to make a lot of profit per trade, but over time that adds up. Okay, so for example, for this one here, let's say we placed a sell trade somewhere around here, and we closed when we got this blue arrow. Okay, oops. So you're looking at about 800 pips, roughly. So let's say you got 500 pips out of this. That's good. Okay, and you repeat that. Okay, in one trade. Okay, this is 29 June. You place a trade. 30 June. So 1st of July. Right. So about 2 days, you'd have a trade open. You might incur some swap fees. That's normal, but you know, you'd have a decent profit on one single trade. If we do it again here, place a trade on 1 July and close it on 2 July, only 24 hours. Again, you'd have about 800 pips. So you can easily get another 500 pips out of this deal. So do that, 2 trades in 1 week, and 500 pips each trade. That's 1,000 pips in 1 week on just one currency pair. Okay, so you don't need a dozen of these charts open and all this to really have a decent profit every week. You can use just one single currency pair like this. All right. So now we see there's a flat range market this past week, and we currently have this blue arrow. It should be going up, but it hasn't really gone up, has it? It's kind of just stuck right here. Okay. We see the price has been moving sideways here like all last Thursday and Friday. Okay. We had a big drop, and now the market is just dead. Okay, so the question right now, is it going to be going up or is it going to be dropping? We don't know. Let's look at the 4-hour chart to kind of get an idea of what's going on. The 4-hour chart shows that we have an up arrow, okay, and it never formed another red arrow. So long term, it should be going up, right? And let's look at the daily. Okay, daily shows the same thing. We had a red arrow, blue arrow, but never formed another red arrow. So it should be going up. Okay. All right. Now the market has, at least this past week, the past 2 weeks, has been in pretty much a flat range in motion. So there is a lot of friction between the euro and the US dollar right now. Okay. Both of these are fighting to gain power. Okay, gain strength. If we look at the weekly chart, again, we see the exact same thing. We have a blue arrow, but no red arrow. So long term, this will be going up. Okay, I have faith in that. Will it be going up this week? Is a very good question. Yes, based on the 4-hour chart, I feel that yes, this will be going up this week. Okay, we should see a breakout. Okay, if you look at the 1-hour chart, we have a red arrow currently. Okay. So, in the beginning on Monday, we'll probably see a drop, and then probably Tuesday going into Wednesday, we will see this price rebound and come back up. Okay, it should. Now, I'm going to use that word should. It should be forming a new uptrend this week. We should see a breakout, and if we mark this resistance right here on the 30-minute or 1-hour time frame, that's a pretty strong level of resistance. We most likely will see this break this coming week. Okay, and we should see this price headed up even more. If I zoom out a bit, if I go to the 4-hour chart, look at this, or the daily chart, okay, we see the price have been going up and then back down and never formed another red arrow, okay? So yes, this should be going up this week, and we're looking for this to form another red arrow, at least on the 4-hour chart, okay? So it's going to have to go up a ways. It's going to have to break this resistance right here in order to form another red arrow, okay? That is a given. So I would definitely be looking to buy the EURUSD. You could put it on a 30-minute time frame just like we did this past week and trade from arrow to arrow, because it's not going to be a big spike up, okay? I feel that it's going to be just a gentle, subtle, like movement up like that, okay? It's not going to be just a rocket up, okay? So yes, you can trade from arrow to arrow using a 30-minute time frame, but to be 100% safe, I probably would look to buy only, okay, using a 30-minute time frame. All right, right now on a 30-minute time frame, it looks like a good time to buy anyhow, even though the 1-hour shows to go down, but the 30-minute shows to go up. So I would probably buy right now, wait for the next red arrow, and then sell again. All right, but the 4-hour shows to go up, even though the 1-hour shows to go down, I think it's going to be going back up, okay, based on the 30-minute time frame. Okay, yes, it can be confusing, but trust me, trade from arrow to arrow and you'll be just fine. All right, using the 30-minute time frame. Moving on to GBPUSD. Again, we see pretty much a flat range of market. The price it did end higher than where it began, so now it looks like it's starting to go into a slight uptrend. So the question now, is it going to continue in an uptrend, or is it going to be headed down? Let's look at the 4-hour chart and kind of get an idea of what's going on. The 4-hour chart here shows the strong level of support, and it definitely shows to be going up, okay? So we have a high point here. Obviously there's no red arrow on the 4-hour, but we have the same exact high point here, and it started to drop back down, okay? But it dropped back down and started to go back up again. So, you know, the market is definitely bullish, okay? It's definitely going to be going up. Look at the daily chart, okay? You had a blue arrow, but never formed another red arrow. So that in itself tells me that this will be headed up, okay? Even the weekly chart, okay? Definitely long term, this will be going up, okay? So I would definitely be looking to buy the GBPUSD this week, all right? The 4-hour chart shows to go up. If you go to the 30-minute time frame, it is already in a buy status right now. The price is currently at a pretty strong level of resistance right here. As you can see, resistance, 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 resistance right now. So what I would do is I would wait for this resistance to break by, like, say 2 candles or so, and on the 30-minute time frame, wait for at least 2 candles to break above, and then buy, and then close when you get the next opposite red arrow, okay? Or you can buy right now, it doesn't really matter. And again, we can trade from arrow to arrow, because more or less we're going to see a flat range of market with a slight uptrend, okay? It's going to be a slow, steady, gradual uptrend. I do predict this to be going up, and I would probably focus more on buying versus selling, okay? So yes, you can buy and sell both, but be careful when you sell, okay? I would wait at least 3 or 4 candles after you get a sell signal, just to make sure it doesn't repaint and that it's actually going to drop, okay? So do not be looking for huge profits if you're trying to sell, okay? If you look at the 4-hour chart, it's definitely headed up, okay? So, you know, stick to the 30-minute time frame, that's fine, but more or less, I would be looking to buy, okay? I would not look to sell, okay? I'll leave it up to you exactly what you do, but buying would be the better choice, I think. Moving on to Australian dollar versus the US dollar, okay? AUDUSD, we see kind of the same thing, okay? The price did form a slight uptrend, okay? I was predicting that AUDUSD would be headed back down, but as we know, the Australian dollar has been very strong, okay? So even like I said last week, it's kind of 50-50 about what the Australian dollar and the US dollar will be doing. I do not expect the Australian dollar to form any major downtrends. And as we can see here, the price ended higher than where it began, and it's already going to a steady uptrend already. But now we see the price hit a resistance here, came back up, hit the same resistance. So now, is it going to break that resistance and go up higher, or is it going to have a steady drop now? Okay. My guess is it's going to drop. Okay. Now let's look at the 4-hour chart and see what's going on. The 4-hour chart had a blue arrow but never formed another red arrow, and that's because we haven't got back up to the same level of resistance. So, you know, you see the price hit this resistance, all kind of in the same area. Okay, resistance here, support, resistance. So we're right on this line, this area right in here, okay, where we have a strong resistance. So based on that alone, just basic price action, I think that this is going to be headed back down this week. Okay, I could be wrong, but let's look at the daily chart. Daily chart shows to go down. Okay, we have a blue arrow, red arrow, but no blue arrow. So based on the daily chart, which is a stronger signal, I think it's going to be dropping this week. Okay, I really think it's going to drop. Now, if you look at the weekly shows to go up. All right, so what's going to happen? Okay, I wouldn't worry about the monthly so much. The monthly definitely shows to go up, but the weekly shows to go up, and the daily shows to go down. So I think in the short term, probably for the next couple of weeks, we're going to see this drop. Okay, more than likely we're going to see this drop, and we have an area of resistance right here that's pretty strong. Okay, it can now hit a support, broke, made a resistance, and then formed another resistance and broke. So right now that is a support, and that is what we're looking for the price to hit. If the price comes down and hits that support, it's more than likely going to form another blue arrow at this point. Okay, it's not going to come all the way back down to here and form another blue arrow. That's almost impossible. Okay, so I would be looking for the price to drop down to here over the course of the next few weeks. Okay, not right away. Okay, in the short term for this week, I do not expect any big trends to develop. But if you look on that 1-hour chart, we have a pretty strong level of resistance hit. So definitely be expecting the price to drop this week. And I would more than likely, I'd be looking to sell. Okay. Already on the 1-hour chart, you know, you get a strong resistance right now, and it looks like it's getting ready to drop again. Okay, on the 1-hour chart. So as of right now, it looks like a really good time to sell, except what we can do is we have a look at the candle here. If we draw a trend line like this going up, okay, we can mark our support line. Okay, we also could mark like this, kind of, sort of. That also is a pretty decent support, or, you know, trend line. And if this breaks by, say, 3 candles using a 1-hour chart, then I would definitely place a sell trade. Okay, and then I would close. You keep it on a 1-hour chart, and then I would wait for the next blue arrow, and then close that trade and take your profit. Okay, how much profit can you make? Well, if you look here, let's say we place a buy trade somewhere in here, and we close it here. That's already almost 900 pips or points, right? That we can have in profit. So that's pretty decent, right? So you can make at least 500 pips when you finally place a sell trade somewhere in here. When it breaks down, and you place a sell trade and wait for it to drop, you're looking at, you know, say you sold here. 500 pips is right in here. Okay, easy. Okay, easy. So we're not looking for, you know, huge gains. Get 500 pips might take you 24 hours. It's okay. You know, you're not going to incur a lot of swap fees. Even if it takes you 2 days, that's okay. get your 500 pips and get out. Okay, that's all we're looking for. All right. So anyhow, that's Australian dollar versus the US dollar. Definitely look to sell this week only. I would not even look to buy. You could, but it's probably going to take Monday or Tuesday before this to break, and Monday going into Tuesday, and then sell it, and it'll take a couple of days after that. So maybe Thursday or Friday you probably could look to buy again, but I'll leave that up to you. Okay, I would definitely be looking to sell and not buy, simply because the daily chart shows to go down, and we can expect this to drop over the next couple of weeks anyhow. And you know, if you keep it on the 4-hour chart, doesn't have a red arrow, but if you keep it on the daily chart and wait for the next blue arrow, it could take some time, but you'd have a lot of profit. Okay, so I'll leave that up to you, but definitely for this week, try to get in there, sell, and make a little bit of profit, and then close the trade. All right. Now move on to US dollar, Swiss franc, USD, CHF. Again, we see pretty much a flat range of market that had occurred with a slight downtrend. Okay, the price of US dollar is very weak right now, so that's good and bad. I mean, we don't know. If the US dollar goes down, then AUDUSD is going to go up, GBPUSD is going to go up, and EURUSD is going to go up. Some of these are kind of looking like they go up, right? GBPUSD more than likely will be going up. EURUSD more than likely will be going up. AUDUSD, I don't know. It's supposed to go down, but if the US dollar keeps dropping, then this one could go up. So that is a dilemma, okay? But like I said, if you're on AUDUSD, wait for that trend line to break on the 1-hour chart, and do not buy, okay, or do not sell until that breaks. Okay, I would not look to buy. You know, you could, but I don't think you're going to get a lot of profit if you buy. It might go up higher, but you know, I really don't think it's going to go up. So anyhow, US dollar, Swiss franc, however, is in a flat range of market. This is on a 30-minute time frame. Right now, currently, the price is dropping right here, and it's probably going to drop. Market's closed, but right now, but open market on Monday. When the market opens on Monday, you're going to see this drop a little bit. It's going to hit a strong level of support. It's going to bounce back up again. I would expect the US dollar to rebound this week and come back up, okay, which is going to cause some of these other pairs, GBPUSD, AUDUSD, those are the ones that drop. We will see, okay. Either way, we'll be able to trade from using a 30-minute time frame and trade from arrow to arrow, because more than likely everything's going to be in a flat range of market, a continuation of what we have already been seeing the last 2 weeks. Look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, 4-hour chart shows to go up, but has it really gone up? No, it's just kind of just running sideways, right? Like I said, that's not a bad thing when the market's running sideways or in a flat range of market like this. Okay, that's actually a blessing in disguise, because you can go in a smaller time frame, like a 15-minute or even 30-minute time frame, and trade from arrow to arrow. Okay, focus on small little profits. You know, a few hundred pips, get in, get out. Okay, look at this one here. If you buy here and close there, you're looking at 300 pips, easy. Okay, even if let's say you get 150, 200 pips, that's fine. Okay, this one here, you have a lot more profit. Let's say you sold here, close the trade here, you have 800. Easy 800, so at least 500 pips you can make on that trade. Okay, so what do you want to do for US dollar, Swiss franc this week? You want to buy, you want to sell? Both. Okay, stick to the 30-minute time frame and wait. Right now I would not sell. I would wait until I get another blue arrow, and then about 3 or 4 candles after the blue arrow, make sure it doesn't repaint, and then you can buy and hold until you get the next red arrow again on the 30-minute time frame. Okay, hope that makes sense. So again, trade on a 30-minute time frame from arrow to arrow, and you'll be fine. Okay, moving on to US dollar, Japanese yen. Again, we see pretty much a flat range of market here. The latter half of this week, you know, it says right here, July 2nd and July 3rd, that was just Thursday and Friday this past week, has been completely dead, okay? The market is just stalled out totally, okay? Very little movement. Honestly, this past week was very slow anyways, all right? So, I'm really shocked, especially considering we had the non-farm payroll report, but very, very boring, nothing really happened. And as you can see, there's very little movement in the market right now, okay? Again, all the currency pairs are fighting because of the coronavirus. They're all fighting to make a rebound, and all the world economies are fighting to gain strength and get back on track again. So I would guess, probably for the next few weeks, we're going to see a lot of indecision in the market, okay? So, but again, that's not a bad thing, okay? You can make a lot of small little profits just trading from candle to candle. Let's look at the higher time frames real quick, and I just want to show you something. Okay, the 4-hour chart shows to go down, so I think we're going to see this price drop this week. I think the US dollar is going to drop. I really do. If you look at the 4-hour chart, it shows to go up. I mean, the daily chart shows to go up, and the weekly shows to go up as well. So long term this should be going up, okay, based on what we see right here. But also look at this. We have a blue arrow here and blue arrow here, no red arrow. That's very interesting, okay? You don't see that too often. If you zoom out, you see 3 blue arrows and no red arrow. So that's very, very, very interesting, okay? I've never really seen that before, which is okay, you know, no big deal. Just marking some strong supports here, but it never went back up, meaning the US dollar has been very, very weak, all right? And this is probably, you know, almost the past year. It's been in a flat range market. The US dollar has never really recovered, okay? It's never really gained strength. We had this big gain here and then drop, and then it's never really gone back up. So, will it be going up? Probably, okay? Most likely it will be going up long term, okay? But in the short term, we are not going to see, you know, the 4-hour chart shows to go down. We're not going to see any big downtrends in the short term this week or even in the next week, and we're not going to see any big uptrends, okay? We're going to see this a continuation of this flat range market, okay? That much I can guarantee you. All right, so again, what we can do is keep this on a 30-minute time frame and just trade from arrow to arrow. We do see that the price is slowly starting to go up, so you might want to buy versus sell them. I don't know, I'll leave it up to you. What I would do is right now, we see this, we have a red arrow and never quite formed a blue arrow, at least not yet. Probably Monday we'll see a price drop and it would form a blue arrow. Alright, good. Do not sell right away, right this very minute. Even though we have a red arrow, do not sell right now. Wait until you get the next blue arrow, and then once you have the blue arrow, then you can wait about 3 or 4 candles after that on the 30-minute time frame, and then you can actually buy and wait for the next red arrow, okay? That would be my suggestion. And more than likely, I would look for buy opportunities only this week for US dollar Japanese yen, okay? Simply because I think long term is going to be going up. The 4-hour chart shows to go down, but since the daily and weekly show to go up, more than likely I would stick to buy opportunities only, okay? The price, you know, the price is already, looks like it's starting to go into an uptrend slowly, and this is on the 1-hour chart right here. So I know the 4-hour chart shows to go down, but the thing is, you know, we see this price going up, started to drop some, and then it just stalled out. I'm thinking it's going to go up even more. I really do. So we don't know, okay? More than likely it's going to be in a flat range of market with a slight uptrend, okay? More than likely. And you could technically, you could trade from arrow to arrow, it's fine. For me, I would look to buy only, okay? That would be the most logical thing to do using a 30-minute time frame. Moving on to US dollar CAD, USD CAD, or US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. We see right here that pretty much this past week we're in a flat range of market. The price started off going sideways, dropped, and then continued going sideways here. And it's kind of odd, but the thing is it going to drop again? Okay. And if we look at the 4-hour chart, the price is definitely slated to drop again. Okay. We hit what I call a double top. We have 2 red arrows. Alright, never formed another blue arrow. So this is very interesting, okay? And the price should be getting ready to drop. Okay, it's already starting to drop here. So what I would do is I would probably keep on a 30-minute time frame. Right now, right now it's showing buy. I would not buy unless you draw a trend line like this. Okay, wait for that to break, and then buy, and then close on the next red arrow. But more than likely, I would rather just wait until you get the next red arrow, which will probably be sometime Tuesday going to Wednesday. Wait for the next red arrow and then sell. Why would you want to sell only? Well, because the 4-hour shows to go down. So I would definitely stay on a 30-minute time frame, look for sell opportunities only, and then ride this wave as it drops down. It's going to be dropping slowly. Okay, you have a lot of highs and lows, but overall it's going to be dropping. If you look at the daily chart, what does the daily chart show you? Blue arrow, red arrow, no blue arrow. Okay, so the long term is going to be dropping. Okay, same with the weekly. Go to the weekly chart. We have red arrow, but no blue arrow. Wow. So this is going to be dropping long term. And that's what we need to be focused on, selling. Even if you're on the 30-minute or even 15-minute chart, I would be looking to sell only. 15-minute chart right now shows the perfect time to sell. Didn't refresh my chart. Alright, so yeah, the 15-minute chart is almost identical to the 30-minute chart. So, but it shows the buy right now, but it's actually kind of dropping some. Look for this to repaint. But I would wait until we get the next red arrow, like I already stated, and then sell. Okay, and then close when you get the next blue arrow, and you'll be perfectly fine. Focus on selling the US dollar, Canadian dollars. I would not focus on buying. You could make some profit, definitely, but to be safe, to be 100% safe, I would sell only for US dollar, Canadian dollar. Okay. So anyhow, that concludes my weekly trade predictions. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments about this particular trade predictions. If you have any other currency pair that you want me to look at, Euro, Canadian dollar, Euro, Japanese yen, whatever, I don't care, just hit me up on Facebook. There is a link below in the description video for my personal Facebook. Please contact me there first. Also, there is a link for my private Facebook group, and you can request to join my Facebook group and post any questions or comments in my Facebook group. Okay, so with that said, I hope you have a prosperous week trading ahead. Let me know if I can help you. Thank you and have a wonderful day.